what was the biggest challenging of turning the story of the Watcher's book into a movie?
I think it was, realizing for me sort of how big of a scope the book was once I started sort of putting it into logistical practice, and just realizing that there were so many kind of like wonderful elements that A.M. Shine had put in his book that I wanted to put on screen. So it was quite a lot of locations, different visual environments, a lot of kind of elements in the post process that kind of needed to be put together to kind of honor the world that he had built. So the scope of it, I think, was quite surprising and challenging to me, and I loved, the thrill of it all. I loved the adrenaline of the process.
And how was for you to work with Dakota?
It was lovely. She's just brilliant, and I feel, there are those actors that you work with that just like have that kind of magical thing on camera, and she definitely is one of those actresses. And she brought so much like richness and depth to the character, and it really became what it was because of her.
Which one is your favorite scary movie?
I have lots of favorite scary movies, but I love The Ring. That's kind of one that has resonated with me throughout time.
What it was like for you to work with your father as a producer of the movie?
It was wonderful. I think we have had a very collaborative relationship through my whole life. So in many ways, this was not a new thing, but just kind of recontextualization of like what we already had going. And it was wonderful. I mean, I think to have someone who's so seasoned to be right there with you for kind of any questions or challenges that come about is like truly unreal, and not a lot of young artists get the same opportunity there. So I feel very grateful to have had him through the process.
And I read that you was reading the book in the page, I guess, 670. Yes. You said, okay, this have to turn into a movie. Yes. But I imagine that the end and the plot twist, you just knew when you are like finishing it. Did you change your mind like at any point, or you were like, oh my God, this is going to be so hard to put in a movie or something like this? I know that you didn't change your mind, that we watched it as a movie, but how was that for you?
I felt that the whole book felt to me like a movie from beginning to end. It was like a very visual kind of alive read for me. So it was just the story as a whole. I sort of read it quickly in one sitting for the first time, and it was just something that I saw sort of playing out in my brain as A.M. Shine had written it. So it felt by the time I had finished the book, I was like, okay, certainly have to do this story.
And what is, I think it's really nice that you wrote this script and you was directing it. I know that you are trying things yet. What did you prefer, to write it or to direct it, or okay, I'm going to direct and write everything now on?
I think for me, they're both really separate artistic practices. Like writing for me is a totally different person. I am a different person when I'm writing than I am when I'm directing. I really enjoy having like both of those art forms to play with and experiment with, and kind of once you're completed one, you move into the other. So for me, I enjoy that kind of like duality that writer-directors get, where you sort of get those two forms of storytelling in one.
Wow.